marching again.
Okay, this is getting exciting. Camille El-Sheikh, welcome again. You've outdone yourself one more time. This is a big event that's happening one more time here in Canada and across the United States as well. This time, I see that this is a whole new thing. October 21st, a 2 million person march across the nation.
Yeah, so Clyde, there was a massive appetite when Canada won the on September 20th. Camille, can we please do another protest? I'm like, you know what, guys? We want to get this right. I know Canadians are excited. I had 12 protest calls a day. People want us to come and protest in their backyard, all this kind of stuff. So everybody's excited, but we want to make sure we measure twice, Kyle, and cut once. So there was this appetite from coast to coast. Can we do this million people march? Because I missed that one. I didn't think it was going to be that big. I want to take part in the next one. So we're like, you know what? Let's do a month anniversary, and then we'll do a year anniversary. Maybe down the line we do another one. But obviously, protesting if we need to. I just don't want to protest for the sake of protesting. So this one, the nation wants to celebrate together, and it's going to be much bigger. I guarantee you that.
So for people who are just tuning into this and don't know about what happened on the 20th of September, or maybe they heard the news version of what happened instead of what actually went down, can you give everyone a rundown of what this whole thing's about?
Well, again, obviously, we're a peaceful movement. We're an unapologetic movement. This movement is really hands off the kids. So as you go to handsoffourkids.ca, it'll tell you that parents want to parent Canada's kids. And it's very, very simple. We want to parent our kids until they're 18 and until they're ready to make decisions by themselves. Now, whatever decision they make later, that's a decision as an adult. And that's what the movement's all about. Now, some people will paint it with so many defamation, character assassinations, and we're in our children's indoctrination audit, we're making note of everyone that is saying these defamation comments. And as you know, Clyde, when you character assassinate somebody and put words to the mouth, and you're pretty liable in a court of law. So there's potential court cases throughout. So that's the children's indoctrination audit. So if people want to engage in misinformation, just watch out, because we're a peaceful movement. We're not looking to oppress, and we're also not looking to virtue signal to our fellow Canadians of the Pride community. It's not about Pride, because obviously they have Pride Day, Pride Week, Pride Month, and Pride Year, and Pride Season, and Pride Iced Tea like I had the other day. I mean, you know what? It's about heterosexual families and protecting their kids. It's not about you. To you, I wish you well. You're a Canadian. You got all your rights. You're just taking our rights away, unfortunately.
And we saw that this defamation went all the way to the highest office in Canada, the Prime Minister of Canada taking to Twitter to defame people and basically, like you said, put words in people's mouths that they weren't saying. Now, I went to the Vancouver protest where the news media only wanted to show the counter protest, but on the ground it was a lot of people from all different walks of life. There were Muslim Canadians, Sikh Canadians, Christian Canadians, just ethnicities as far as the eye could see. I mean, everyone was, different faces all over there, and everyone was there for the same message. There was one message being said, and that's it's not okay for teachers to have secret conversations about sexuality with children, stuff that's not being told to their parents. The parents have a right to know what's going on in their education, and this is largely this is what the message that I saw when I went to this protest. So, this going forward, is there a particular set of arrangements made for this protest as it's going to be happening on the 21st of October?
So, obviously, thank all Canadians from coast to coast that took the day off on a Wednesday to shut the schools down and tell the schools, our kids are ours. They come from us. We are the bearers of you know, allowing them to grow up in a healthy home. We love them more than the government, more than the teachers, more than the special interest groups. Okay, that was the message that was sent across, and it was a Canadian message. It was a Canada Day. But what we're trying to do right now is, unfortunately, whatever reason, but because we were silent and the Pride community had a 40-year honeymoon, that we didn't want to offend them. We didn't want to oppress them either. Hey, look, you're looking for your rights. You got marriage rights 10 years ago. Now we're seen as taboo for asking that the right to raise our kids. We're seen as taboo that our kids are being shown gay porn by adult males in skirts. Is it, what about the festivals in Toronto? I mean, the Pride festivals. There were naked gay males whilst being aroused, showing their ornaments to 4 or 5-year-old kids. That's sexual assault, sexual harassment. So that, unfortunately, right now, our prime minister, our governments, the teachers union, and the government union has taken a stand and has said this is okay. Pedophilia is okay, and it is not okay.
No.
And this is why we're fighting.
Yeah, and I see that it's even gone into the realm of religious freedoms being infringed upon. There was a report, a child, actually, a young Muslim student, recorded his teacher accosting him in a class in the setting, saying, expressing something about it's a two-way street if you don't participate in this Pride event. We won't acknowledge Ramadan as you had the month before, or what have you.
Or Christmas, for that matter, right?
Yeah, and I think, like, we have established in our society, people have the right to their religious freedom, and I think if you're forcing stuff that goes against people's religious beliefs on them, that it's an association that they shouldn't have the right to impose these things on people. And this is a grave concern to parents across the country that have values and have beliefs, and this is what I see anyway, as why people have been joining in with this whole movement as it's been going forward, and I'm pretty excited about it. Now, I obviously want to thank you for establishing this. Now, just the other week, the Muslim Association of Canada came out and spoke about. They made a public statement saying that they want Justin Trudeau to come out and apologize for what the words that he had said. I don't know if do you have any affiliation with the Muslim Association of Canada?
So our children's indoctrination audit, that was mission number 3. Okay, so there's about 5 of them already. And one of them is, we dropped a hammer in Calgary. Our spokesperson, Mahmoud Murra, which is in the movement, went out to the association and said, now is your time to put a public message. So we were very serious about the children's indoctrination audit. And that's going to put pressure on Canada's government. You just lost your biggest supporter. Okay, so we're serious. We're highly sophisticated, and I don't think they took us seriously in June, and then they saw the 1 million people march. They saw what we can do. They're seeing commercials everywhere. We're very powerful, and we're gonna take care of all our vulnerable Canadians from coast to coast. Some Canadians can't defend themselves. They don't have the means. They're working minimum wage, and they're just honest, Protestant, Christian, or Buddhist. They don't have. They feel powerless. What we're doing is we're going to protect you at all costs, because it's the Canadian thing to do. One thing I find ironic, you mentioned something about the nature of the counter protesters.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that they always tend to call us fascist? Yet, when we share our opinion and it differs for them, we are called fascist all the time, in an attempt to silence us. Either we accept the 500 genders that goes in your head. In my head, there's only 2 genders, one male, one female. Okay? You are not allowing me to express freedom of consciousness. Okay? Expecting me to tolerate everything that goes on your mind, as bizarre as it is. You're going naked in the streets. You're chucking sexual toys as a dartboard in Ottawa, okay? On a dartboard, sexual toys in front of kids. You're showing gay porn to kids in school that are 5 years old that should be playing with Barbies or marbles or should just be coloring books. And you're telling me I can't question that? That's disgusting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's very much absurd in all of this. But as of course, I want to thank you again for arranging this. What can people look forward to? Any more information coming out in the weeks and the weeks ahead of this? I mean, it's very soon. This is very soon, so people are need to get organized if they want to attend this. Where can they go to get more information?
So it is highly fluid. We just made that announcement on Friday, I believe, just a few days ago. The staff really wanted it. Actually, I didn't have an appetite for a march a month later, but I listened to our hardworking staff, and they're like, "Man, Camille, the nation wants this." I'm like, if they want cake, let's give them a buffet, okay? And let's celebrate this. And expect it to be bigger than the million people march on September, because there were people that wanted to go that were blackmailed if they're in the government and teachers union. They still went, but some of them stayed home. Some of them just masked up and put glasses or whatever. But they saw and they're like, oh my God, you are much bigger than we thought. We got 1.5 million people, not 1 million.
Wow.
And then we have support of 5 to 6 million people, okay? And that support, there's going to be a substantial number coming out of that support. So I will tell you this, mark my words, it's going to be much bigger this time, because people just saw, holy smokes, the whole nation is agreeing with me. I thought I was alone. I was ostracized, I was demeaned, I was silenced, and everybody agrees with me. So, when everybody is playing the game of follow the follower, right? So they saw this and they're like, I missed it. Can you make us another one so I can come? And so we're doing this on a Saturday, so it's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, it being a Saturday would allow for a lot more people to come out. The website is handsoffourkids.ca. You can go check it out and get more information on this. I'm assuming that as we get closer to the date, there'll be more information about the particular cities and what events will be happening, what times they're at, when people can go. I want to thank you again, Camille El-Sheikh, for coming on the show and getting this information out for people.
All right, let's see you march again. Clyde, thank you very much, brother.
Cheers.